we are about to get lightninged on. So we need to wrap this up before I die. Beautiful.
Here we go.
Welcome to Oaks Tech Reviews. This is a review of the Nissan Leaf. This is the Nissan Leaf S in silver. This is where you charge it. You can access it from two ways. Clicking the third button on this, or a button on the inside, which I'll show you later. Click that and it goes ahead and pops open. Lift up and then you are greeted with two charging ports. The orange one is the standard one that you use on a day-to-day basis. You can use this orange port to plug it in at your house with a regular plug-in home adapter. This one over here, this is a level 3 charger. This takes, with 30 minutes of charge, gets you 80% to your battery. This port right here, you can use either a level 1 or a level 2. Level 1, which is a regular home outlet, takes a full 24 hours to get a full charge. And if you have a level 2 charger, which costs anywhere from $400 to $600 installed, level 2, that takes about 4 hours to fully charge your car. Roughly 25 miles per hour battery. This is the towing connection that comes with the car. This actually is a panel just like on this side, and you remove the panel and this is where you can put the connection to tow the car. This car has been towed so many times that that has been left on. It's too much of a hassle, remove it. Follow me. Here we are on the back side of the car. A couple things to point out. One, this black thing right here. Not exactly sure what that is. I think it's a camera. We're gonna go with camera. With this backup camera, you can see lots of things. Kids chasing balls behind your car in the middle of the road. Kids behind you. Nosy people driving by looking at you. You can see a lot of things with this camera right here. All right, so you have the hatchback, full-size trunk here. Those two seats right there go forward. And you can fit a lot of stuff in here, a lot of stuff. I've transported a few bodies and got away with it. You can actually fit a full-size bike in here. That's the truth. Full-size bike. This is what it looks like in the Nissan Leaf S. This is the shifter. It's an odd, interesting looking thing. It has a blue edge around the front, simply for design reasons. But it actually feels really good to use and hold, and it's really quick to move. It's actually easier than a regular gear shifter. You have a few options here, and they're displayed right here. You have the R, you have the N, and then you have D and B, and then you have P. P is park, reverse, neutral, drive. So to go, it's really simple. All you have to do is press this button right here to push to start, and then you put it in like that, and it goes into drive. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. You have to first have your foot on the brake. And then to go, you just put it down like that. And now it's in drive mode. So drive is fairly simple. B mode is braking, and it gives you additional charge to your battery. And all you have to do is go down again, and you're on B mode. So once for D, and then another one for B. And then to park, you don't have to go anywhere. You just press the button to park. So now we're in park. If I move this down, we're in D mode. Move it down again, we're in B mode. But you also notice in the bottom left corner that it says Eco. That's this button right here. And then it goes away. Okay, so right now we're parked, and the Tesla has a feature that it's famous for called ludicrous mode, where you press a button on the touchscreen panel and the car goes 0 to 60 in 3 to 4 seconds. This car has a similar feature that is not as advertised really at all. And the way that you get to it is two things. You make sure that you're in drive and not B mode. So you're in drive, and then you turn off eco. So the only thing that's displayed in this bottom left corner is D. And as soon as these people walk by, I can demonstrate how fast this thing can take off. Okay, this is a street. It's not a soccer field. Let's cross the road. All right, maybe if I get in the road, that'll speed them up a little bit. About to pour. All right, I'm gonna go around. All right, hold on to that camera. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Can you see the speed from there? I want to see how fast we can get. Okay. I was going to see if I could get the 0 to 60, but that's going to be impossible in this parking lot. Bottom line, something that's not talked about with the Nissan Leaf is how instant it is a drive. It's really unmatched against any other combustion car. The only thing that could beat this car is another electric car, like the Tesla. And what I'm referring to with all of this is the torque. This car has something called instant torque, because there's no revving of the engine. It's obviously it's an all-electric, so as soon as you press the gas, it goes. Now, that's the fast mode. If you're in that, you're really only going to get, if you don't have eco on and you don't have the extra braking regeneration on with B mode, you're really only going to get 60 to 65 miles, which is terrible. So to get your full range, which is about 80 to 90 miles in this car, you have to turn on eco mode and then turn on the B mode. And you feel an instant difference with the acceleration. But it's still really fast, and it still accelerates really well with having those on. One time I was actually at a light with a Porsche, and I smoked him the first time, but I don't think he was ready. And then at the second light, he knew what was going on, and he pressed it. This truck is doing something. And he pressed his gas, and I still beat him in the beginning of the acceleration part. So, I mean, that says a lot for a $20,000 to $30,000 car versus a Porsche, having the ability to beat a Porsche. So this car has a lot of upsides. So you have a few screens here. This is simply the hot or cold screen over here on the left. At the top you have all of these weird circles. Where the white dot is now, these ones under here are brake regeneration. So depending on how hard you're braking, you'll see these turn green. If it goes all the way down green, then you just regenerated the max amount of braking you could do. The dots to the front of it are the power section, and that just shows you how much electricity you're using in a general sense by showing you how many white dots it has. Obviously this right here is the battery. Currently I have 50 miles here. And something interesting to note is that percentage and miles don't always match up. Like I have 58% left, but that doesn't give me 58 miles, it only gives me 50. For a few reasons. Right now I have the AC running, so if I click off, it just gained 2 miles by turning that off. Normally you'll notice that the AC adds about 10 miles to the battery. But in this particular case, it only added 2. Roughly, it normally adds around 10 to the entire trip. If you're on a road trip, it'll be about 10 miles. One of the great things about the Leaf is that it comes standard with a lot of basic features. So as I said before, this is the S model. This is the lowest base you can get, but you still get a lot of stuff with it. Over here, you actually get, with the base model, you get heated seats, high and low settings, in the front of the car and in the back. So you get heated seats in the front and in the rear seating. which is a huge plus. You also get a heated steering wheel, and that's the button right over here. So you get a lot of heated features with this, and it's great in the winter. Another thing with this is you get the cloth seats. So I've definitely fallen in love with the comfort of this car. Probably one of the most comfortable, if not the most, car that I've ever been in. And it's great for all seasons, whether it's hot, cold. And I live in Georgia, so we get the peak of everything. It gets up to 90 to 100 degrees in the summer, and then in the winter it gets down to 30s, 20s. But back to my main point. The base model comes with a lot of stock features. So you have the heated seats, you have Bluetooth pairing for your audio, instantly connects to your phone, and it can play music directly through the Bluetooth from your phone. No questions asked. You can also do phone calls, so you get built-in Bluetooth, and then you also get a nifty USB plug. So you can actually take the cord and plug your phone right into the car, and that also plays music through that port as well. On the steering wheel, you get all of the best features. You have the call button, you have the command button, hang up, call somebody, volume controls, radio, and then you have cruise control over here, and then the eco button, which just saves you battery power and slightly reduces your acceleration. That's pretty much it. Those are a lot of great features that come with the base model. A lot of cars don't come with those things. This doesn't get talked about anymore, but you have the auxiliary in cable, which is kind of dying away. A big perk to this car is you have auto climate control. So if you look right here, when you jump in the car, you only have to press one button. Nissan wanted it to be as simple as possible. You jump in the car, you press one button, and detecting the temperature, which is up here indicated 79 degrees Fahrenheit, it uses that to detect how much of the fan it should use and how cold it should get. Now, the one thing that it doesn't control is the degrees. So you can tell it which degrees you want, and it automatically adjusts the fan according to what you pick. But it's an auto thing. I didn't have to do anything. I don't have to move it to hot or cold. It just press one button and it does everything for you. So that's a huge perk too. It has XM radio built in. Obviously you need a monthly subscription for that. Speaker system in this car, base model, is nothing spectacular or amazing. It's actually pretty normal, maybe even a little subpar. It's not the greatest sound, but it does the job. You can see by the tiny little speakers here that it's not anything ridiculously, crazy or impressive. But that's pretty much it for the inside of the car on the Nissan Leaf S. One of the interesting design choices with this car is what they decided to do with the headlights. This thing kind of looks like a beetle, one of those big annoying bugs that flies around. And what they found was actually doing this design made the car more aerodynamic. The car is very aerodynamic all the way through it. It wouldn't appear that way because of how tall it is, but the reason it's so tall is purely a comfort decision. This thing sits high. It's like a Jeep. Oddly enough, it feels like a perk. When you're in it, you're kind of high up, and it sort of feels like you're driving on a cloud. That's the best way I can describe it. But that's pretty much it. This has been a review of the Nissan Leaf. This is 1 year old. It's not the newest one out, but it's the one right before that. All in all, an amazing vehicle. The Leaf did two things. One bad, one good. What? All right, don't interrupt me ever again or I'll slap you. Just kidding.
I like this.
That lady was checking my butt out. Oh, she's stopping. So the Leaf does two things. Or the Leaf did two things when it came out. One good, one bad. The good thing is it is the pioneer for electric cars. It really is. It's not the first electric car ever out, but it's the Model T Ford of electric cars. It's the first cheap one, and it's the first one that's really done it well. So that's what the Leaf has going for it. It took a risk, it came out, but that leads me to the bad part. The thing with this car is it really just isn't ready for mass use. It's not. The max range on this thing, when looking at paper, you think it would get 100 miles or more, but this thing actually only gets really around 81 miles on a full charge. So that's definitely a huge drawback. And charging stations are really not that prevalent. I mean, there's apps like PlugShare is a great app. It shows you where tons of charging stations are, but you'll still find in driving this thing that you're gonna run out of places to charge it. So that's pretty much it. With the range, if Nissan could do a range of 200 miles on this, you know, closer to what the Model 3 is gonna do, and I'm gonna have a review on the Model 3 next year as soon as that comes out, then this car would be amazing. And there's a concept video on where they want to take the Nissan Leaf, and I'll include that link in the description. But it's a really amazing concept video, and it shows you of what Nissan's dream truly is with this Leaf. This is their first go at it. I think they did a pretty good job, and I give them kudos for even trying in a market where no other electric cars were at. The Leaf seemed to rise in a hybrid market, and this is not a hybrid, this is a fully electric, and it's competing against all these hybrids. So hats off to Nissan for giving it their best shot. Please to God, get a fatter battery in this thing so that people can actually use it and keep it. But right now, if you ask me, should I get a Leaf? I would say yes. If you have a small commute and you lease it. This is not a car that you buy. Repeat, this is not a car that you purchase. I ran into a few people that have bought one of these and they sorely regret it. And for a simple reason, the technology on lithium-ion batteries in cars is expanding at a rapid rate. Right now, this thing gets 81 miles. In 2 years, it'll probably get 300 to 400 miles on one battery, on one charge. So you definitely don't want to buy this thing, you just want to lease it. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go inside before I die from electrocution.